Good morning. It is morning this time, but I did skip yesterday. I didn't do a video yesterday. So yeah, another video not done. A little bit frustrated with that, but I'm okay with it as well. So I was frustrated with it, but I'm not anymore. So um, it is morning. It's a little bit later than normal, but it's still it's still early enough. It was before probably 95% of the workforce is actually working, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, yesterday was an interesting day. And did I make a video yesterday? I don't even know. Anyways, I had a good, I had a really good 2 hour call, or 2.5, almost 3 hour call with June and Wendy, and they are marketers from the West Coast. They're in my AI group, and they were really nice. I'm very lucky to have them, have access to them as far as them wanting to help me. I mean, they've spent hours, going over things that I should be doing marketing wise, without charging me a penny, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, yesterday that was all about that. Definitely realizing that I don't want the business to keep going in the same way that it is. So in order to stop that, what I have to do is I have to, crank up marketing and figure it all out, between email marketing, social media marketing, and Google marketing, as well as anything else I can do. They were even suggesting, which I didn't even think about, like going to different churches and things like that, which I thought was actually a really good idea. They always have groups that they always want to do group outings and things like that. So that's kind of like was the kind of theme yesterday. And then I did go into Boston. I had tickets to the Red Sox, so my family's not here, so I took my team, or part of the team the part of my team that was in Kenmore, which was the Julieta and Nick. So I took the two of them, and we had a booking, like, the game started at 7. We had an 8 o'clock booking, and I went and took that booking so they could stay and watch the game, which I'm hoping they enjoyed. So I went and covered their shift for them. Anyways, yeah, it was an interesting day, fun day, but I don't feel like I didn't get a ton done other than the conversation with June and Wendy and taking my team out for something. And it's one of those things. It's nice to do that every now and then. You have to recognize the work that they do and show them appreciation for it. That's important. So today is it's all about really sitting down and taking inventory financially where I'm at, and my expenses and where things are, how much, like what I need to do. Like, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be for a while now. I'm moving forward. I'm going until I get things back on track. I have to, I must take the smaller shifts. If it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and there's only a couple people, um, I must get in and take care of that. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna have to spray. There are definitely carpenter ants in my shed. That's not good. I see them, so I'm gonna have to spray. I usually spray every year. I didn't spray this year, so I'm gonna spray. Today I have bug spray, so I'm gonna just go around the whole perimeter, spray underneath as much as I can, and just there is this side, that the north side of the building, which is probably the worst side to have it, is pretty much touching ground, even though it is pressure treated. I don't think they care. They're going to climb right up it and do what they got to do. So I'm gonna have to do that. And anyways, so yeah, today's about taking inventory financially, figuring out like what I'm going to be doing moving forward, what I need to, what I need to make so I can pay myself comfortably. And if I have to take some, if I have to take some slower shifts, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's just two people, I'm not, you know, there's no point in paying someone for 4 hours minimum for 1 hour of work. I can go in, yeah, It's not the ideal, but for me to go in, it takes me 30, 40 minutes to get in, say 45 minutes to get in, 45 minutes to get back. It's an hour and a half of my time. I can listen to an audiobook or something like that, and then when I'm there, deal with the customers, and then I can take care of any other things that I want to take care of while I'm there as well. And if there's additional bookings, I'll take those. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing today, as well as I have some homework from June and Wendy, which I started yesterday, which was actually pretty easy, just exporting all of my contacts. So they are actually going to clean my email list for me again, doing something extremely nice, and very grateful for it. So they're going to clean the email list for me, and then get it back to me so I can put it on something like MailChimp, or they gave me a list of different things that I can use, so I'm going to do that. So I have to be aware, as well as anybody else has to be aware of everything where they are is a result of their decisions up until that point. And I made a video of that like this before, but you have to take responsibility for your actions. You have to say, this is on me, and whatever I did it or didn't do that's why I am right here right now. And that's the reason that I'm in this position with my business. I didn't do something, and what I didn't do was I didn't learn marketing. I didn't in sales. I didn't respect it enough to take the time to learn it. It's a lot. It's a lot, and but you know, um, you start one step at a time, or you got to eat an elephant. You start one bite at a time. Kind of gross to think about, but I guess that's the concept, right? If you have something giant, take one step or one bite at a time, and you'll get through it. And that's really the way I have to look at this, because that's one of the things that I have to take responsibility for is not understanding and respecting that. And because I don't have the finances to hire a proper marketing team right now, I have to do it. So I'm going to make sure this is still rolling. Still rolling. So so that's kind of where I'm going to be focusing on today, is getting that dialed in, so that I can, well, not getting it dialed in. It's going to take a lot longer than today, but so I'm going to do my finances, and then roll right into the homework for June and Wendy, and then start, just more education. I've read several books on marketing and business this year, and I've taken a lot of notes, and I just really need to start applying even more, like I have, but I've got to go even further. I've got to go to the next, I've just got to keep pushing and keep going every day, day after day. And that involves the same thing is, again, being accountable and taking responsibility for where you are today. Where you are today is a result of yesterday's decisions and the days before's decisions. Where you're going to be tomorrow is a result of today's decisions. So every day, take responsibility for those things. It doesn't matter if it's your job, your business, your personal life, your finances, any of that stuff. You have to take responsibility first before you can move forward. You can't skirt that responsibility. You have to be able to say, yeah, this is on me. This is my fault. This is my responsibility. I take it. I'll take that, and I'll accept it. That's the only thing you can do in order to move forward. If you don't, you're not going to move forward. You're just going to constantly go in a loop of blaming somebody else, and there's no way, shape, or form that blaming somebody else or a circumstance. Excuse me, long night, so I'm yawning. There's no way that blaming somebody else for that circumstance ever helps you, ever makes you a better person, ever. Never does. You always have to be responsible for yourself. You always have to make sure that you are understanding that this is on me. Everything I see around me, everything that's around me, I have created. Nobody else. I created everything around me. You created everything around you. And that is like that's like fundamental, foundational number one to be able to move things forward, to grow, accepting every day where you are. So to do that takes a lot, and it's not easy, and it takes time. It takes more time than you think, because you might at a surface level say, oh yeah, I'm here because of my actions or this, that, the other thing. But to internalize it takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of work, takes a lot of repetition. It's just like any muscle, you have to build it. And once you start to do that, you can then almost step outside of yourself at the end of the day and say, and reflect back and say, hey, um, maybe I shouldn't have reacted that way. Why did I react that way? Well, that was my choice to do that, and maybe I shouldn't have. Like yesterday, it was a pretty good day. It was a great day. There was, there was, on the way out the door last night, there was a bunch of, it was a Red Sox game, so there was a bunch of, um, you know, rowdy like college students out front drinking. They're just drinking out in public. Not really supposed to be doing that, obviously, but they were out there, and they were kind of, as we were leaving, initially, someone, I don't know who it was, they had dumped a chocolate shake on our front door. We have like a storefront that we share with Dunkin's and 7-Eleven, and then there's like a concrete walkway and some steps, and so they had shared that, and they had, we share that, and they were hanging out like all in our space, because Dunkin's and 7 were people coming in and out, and they figured they're just going to take our space because it wasn't so busy, and someone had dumped a chocolate shake on our door, so I had to go out and clean that, and which kind of got me a little frustrated at first, but it was like, I kind of worked through it, and I cleaned it, and then I told them, I said, hey guys, I gotta put water out here, so you don't want to be sitting here because you're gonna get wet. They still sat there, and one of them got wet, got upset at me, even though I just told them, hey, I gotta dump a bucket of water here so I can scrub this away. Anyways, and then on the way out, they were still there, and they were kind of being belligerent, a little, slightly belligerent to my staff when they were like, hey guys, we got to get out, like you're blocking us, we can't even get out. Little bit belligerent. And then, I had my motorcycle gear on, my helmet, my jacket, and one of the kids was like, hey, let me ride your motorcycle. And I was like, yep, all right, come on, let's go. You can ride it. And I was like, I felt I was a little bit coy with him. I was like, I honestly, I would have let him sit on it. I probably wouldn't have let him ride it. I would let him start it. But I said to him, I said, you can't ride it. It's a 210 horsepower motorcycle. Good luck. It's like, anyways, I was like, yeah, come on, But I felt like a little bit frustrated with them and the situation, more about how I was reacting, and I think it was just because I felt a little bit frustrated with what they were doing. But I was like, at the end, afterwards, I was like, you know what? I reflected on it, and I was like, it wasn't a big deal. It's not like I got upset and started yelling at them or anything by any means. It was just, maybe I felt in my own mind I was being a little bit, they were being belligerent, and I was giving it back to them, and I really didn't need to. But that's, again, that situation could have escalated, but I just said, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna stay calm and just walk away, and laugh about it. And that's what I did. I just walked away and said, okay, whatever, like if he wants to follow me to the garage and sit on the bike and start it up and pretend he's going to ride it, then okay. But, he didn't, because he's, they knew they weren't going to be able to ride it. Anyways, that being said, taking responsibility every day for your actions and where you are and what happens is completely on you. Once you start doing it and you do it consistently, that's when you get to start reflecting and be able to reflect in the moment and say, is this the right decision? Is this decision going to keep me on that path, or is it going to derail me? And that's really key. That's critical to moving forward, whether it's, again, personal relationships, business relationships, building a business, work, getting ahead, anything you're doing, critical. It allows you to really save yourself a ton of time, because you make really good decisions on what you're going to say no to, and and what you're not going to allow to distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. So on that note, I am done being distracted by this video. and I'm going to get to work. I have a lot to do today, and I'm probably going to go into Boston today. We do have groups, and so I'm probably going to take that shift. And like I said, just take it and move it forward. I think that's the best course of action, but time will tell. Anyways, hopefully you're having a wonderful day already. Hopefully you're getting things done, crushing your goals, catching your dreams, and until tomorrow, peace.